Larmer so subtly has 99 points, which is interestingly enough the same number of points the Blackhawks have in the standings coming into today's game. That is offside, and now Tenorti and Chelios exchange pleasantries. Dirk Graham is down there with Gagne, and here comes Bellows. Now Broughton locked up. Pompa's there. Everybody involved now. A little pushing in the corner. Dirk Graham
again comes in as Chelios really precipitated this whole event as Tenorti had started the rush. Now Chelios is 180 minutes of penalties. Although that puck doesn't enter the zone, it's on the blue line, so it doesn't enter the white area, but it's still considered offside as the North Star. Now it follows down. Tenorti's questioning the call. He gets a little whack there from Chelios, and then it all starts in. I mean, the Chicago Blackhawk modus operandi is a gang warfare approach.
Up for Bellows. Bellows and Manson lock it up. Bellows taken to the end boards by Manson. Nice side headlock by Manson there. Here's our First Bank's Checkstra check of the game. Boom, courtesy of Dave Manson with a little help from his friends, Mike Hudson there.
That could be the check for the next couple of games. He got banged a couple times as Bellows again. To be effective has to get to the net, and he went to the net and paid a bit of a price.
Our Checkstra check of the game brought to you by First Bank's Checkstra card.
Stirring things up. Right off the face-off here, you'll see them joust, and the puck has not even been dropped yet. And give Craig credit, he's just not going to take anything from the bigger man, and just stood in there as you have to maintain your positioning off the face-off. Have a difficulty as Keenan continues to jaw. This reminds you a little bit of a heavyweight fight, 12 or 15 rounder, where you kind of plod through the first couple of rounds.
A little posturing going on.
Exactly, in a quiet manner and effective manner that he can. Out here and wins the face-off off of the youngster Jeremy Roenick. There's
Tenorti got another one in the face. Oh, he's going to look like a road map of Montana here before they're through with him. Look at that. That's looking like, geez, that's one of the parts that wasn't cut already.
Again, right here, we're just behind the net. An innocent enough play, really. Goulet is going to try and clip his stick. Now watch. Right. Oh, actually, it was Roenick. No, Larmer, actually. That's Larmer that...
Now, interestingly, Tenorti is arguing that drew blood, and Hogarth is saying that peeled off one of your Band-Aids, Mark. He's going to take it to the linesman now, but the North Stars all have seen Mark before the game, as I did, with his original wounds. That was not one of them. That's why he's so hot about it.
He's actually now jawing at Manson off to the left point, but we've only played 11 minutes. We've been here for about 45 minutes.
To neutralize for Chicago. Larmer pops it in, steered off the blocker by Hayward. Now Glenn, 16-6 North Stars in shots on goal. The advantage in that period on Bureau as Larmer toppled into him down in the right corner in the North Star zone. Now Dahlin. Checked as they go to the corner. Goulet stapling Ulf Dahlin to the boards. Puck poked free by Bellows for Broughton. Now Wilkinson. Drive, tip, score! As Neil Wilkinson's drive went off a stick and into the back of the net, and the North Stars lead 1-0.
Watch Bellows get position there after paying the price down deep.
Referee's not the only guy in the thick of things here tonight. Look at this little collision.
It looks like he knew what was coming and bailed out early.
He'd be bailing too, I'll tell you. And I don't think anybody hit him. I think he was getting out of the way. Too far for Goulet behind the net, and Gavin will clear it out. Rolls to the end boards. Brian Hayward snapped it away. Smack goes Wilkinson. Now springing back over the line. Here comes Paul Gillis. A swing and a miss. They score anyway. Oh, Hudson didn't get anything on it, but it slid right under Brian Hayward. And the Hawks are on the scoreboard at 9:59 of the second. It's a 1-1 game.
But he makes the now Hayward has made his move to the original shot. The problem is that puck hit his stick again. He tipped it the second time.
You're right.
Watch here as Hudson takes the first shot. Watch. Now as he follows through and he misses it, watch him tip it again right there. And that knocked it back underneath Hayward's. Again, kind of a broken play at the offensive or defensive blue line for the Stars. Gets Chris Dahlquist out of position at 2-on-1, but, oh, here we go.
Now, Shane Sherlow over there.
Grim's Grimson. It's Cherlin Grimson.
Grimson. All right, Dan Schechte, the linesman. Took a little bit of that one, too, it looked like, as Grimson was trying to punch around the linesman. Well, that will be the end of that with 9:55 to go in the second. North Stars won and the Blackhawks won. We'll be right back. And a 10-minute misconduct penalty to Churla, so he got 2, 5, and 10 in that one, and he's gone.
Watch here, the left part of the screen. They kind of jostle a little bit. He hits him with an elbow. Now he drops his glove and whacks him. And Grimson has yet to drop the gloves. Now the official will come in and watch. Boink, boink, and he comes around a couple times there. The official, Brosker, I think, is going to catch one maybe right. Oh, man. No, Churla caught that one. The official did not.
Ed Belfour ahead now for Presley. And, of course, Chicago will be at Met Center Saturday night in the last home game of the year. Won't that be great? That's some good scheduling. Manson's block. Oh, they score! Manson drove it in, and it might have gone in anyway, but Wayne Presley made sure.
Now you see Presley just head to the net as Manson tees it up. That gets Hayward thinking. He misses the shot.
That's going in
Presley.
Anyway. Puck in the North Star zone to the line. Here is Manson winding up. Last hit. Hayward and out. Alquist now. Tenorti really leveled Gilbert and took him down again. Here they go again. Tenorti still chirping away at Gilbert as they come down the ice. And Gord Brossiker, the linesman, will break that one up with his partner Dan Schechte. Forgot now who it was who peeled the skin off the underside of Tenorti's chin earlier. Look at him. It's a Band-Aid commercial. 7:26 to go in the second. Hawks 2 and the North Stars 1. Gives it the official shut up and let's go. Puck alive in the North Star zone. Sean Chambers. Now Craig will tip it free. Oh, Craig got waxed behind the net by Steve Thomas of Chicago. Stars are going to change their D. Bob McGill for Chicago, away for Thomas. Angle to neutral ice. Here comes Mike Hudson. Over with Gillis. Hudson's backhand, he scored.
You watch Brian Hayward, pretty good position here on the shot of Presley, but then watch him struggle to get back across the net. You see, he does not move particularly well left to right. You know, he comes in and out pretty well.
And Goulet makes it 4. 2 goals, 26 seconds apart. 4 goals in a span of 3 minutes and 48 seconds. And the Hawks have come from 1-0 down to 4-1 in the saddle. 5:51 to go in the second period. Wilkinson sends Presley down. Now Bobby Smith for the North Star. Neil Wilkinson. Presley corked him on the helmet. Now Smith and Presley. Now McRae and McGill. Here we go. The big dogs are yapping. McRae and McGill. Oh, and Basil. Look at those lefts. McGill was landing them on Basil's helmet, and McRae got about 4 or 5 solid lefts to the face. Now McGill gets a few in. Oh, and Basil got him right on the schnoz. Chicago Blackhawks will be at Met Center Saturday night in the last home game of the year. It should be fairly entertaining. The Blues tomorrow night in the next to last home game of the year. Job well done to Basil, says Neil Wilkinson. It's 4-1 Blackhawks. We'll be back.
You know, you talk about strategy and fighting, and we're going to see it here. It's not a pretty part of the game, but watch as this develops here. Both McGill, now they're going to get set up. But they'll start, you know, they're pushing the hands back. Now, how am I going to go at them, and what am I going to do? I've done this many times before. As you can now you get set. Now they get at it. Now they get set. Now watch them both try and get in position to come from the left side. Now they're going to lock up. Now, see his right arm come across. He's trying to get his left hand. Both players, there's the left and there's the left. It's interesting, there were 2 or 3 times as they flail away with the left hand. My goodness, there's an awful lot of knuckle. But again, you know, if you talk about both players just trying to establish a little one-upmanship and get themselves in position to whack the other guy, you could see it there.
Into his own zone. Neil Wilkinson, Goulet, who had 2 goals yesterday in Pittsburgh and has 1 this afternoon. Working around in the corner. And Goulet looks like he might have hurt himself or got hurt over there as he went down in the corner with Wilkinson. He had a pained look on his face as I looked over there as he went down. Could be a knee, could be an ankle. We won't speculate. We'll see if we can
see as he goes down here as Wilkinson drives. Really kind of an as he falls into him, that's what happened. Chambers falls into his right leg, but he seems to be up on his own.
Ed Gilbert for Chicago. Graham trailing. Alquist annihilates Gilbert on the wing boards. Tenardi sails down against Graham. Right in front to Murray. Save, rebound, score. Troy Murray got his own rebound, and the Blackhawks have exploded for 5 goals here in the second period. There's that solid citizen Dave Manson with the Chicago Blackhawks.
Well, like Wendell Clark in Toronto, is a guy that, you know, they want to play a little bit out of control. And yet, if he plays too much out of control, he's a detriment to the club. But if he's really in control, he doesn't contribute like he should. You know, there's really a fine line for him using that nuttiness to be effective or not. It's interesting, you know, Doug, is Cam Russell, how much he looks like an old Phil Russell who played for Chicago for many years.
Cam Russell coughs it up, and Craig had an opportunity, but not for long. Graham. Now Tenardi took it in. Graham back out. Tenardi back in. Bellows for Minnesota. Under 11 minutes to go. Cam Russell intercepted off Bellows. Craig shoots and he scores. The outlet hit Bellows in the skate, and Mike Craig turned around and popped it in. Belfour. Roenick in the corner, checked by Gagne. Madonna. Wilson, center. Here's Glenn's chipper, no. Plot fires, safe. Belfour, they score, the rebound. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-goal game. The Stars crash the net and keep things going. Neil Wilkinson rockets it back out. A long slice for Basil McRae. He and Brown go to the corner boards. In comes Bobby Smith, checked by Adam Creighton. And it popped to the side of the net. Oh, now Brown and McRae chirping away. Basil Creighton's over there too. Now right in front of the net, Cam Russell and who's that? Gavin?
I think it's Gavin. I think are wrestling a little bit in front. It looks like Gavin and Belfour are actually the 2 guys doing the jawing. Russell. It's almost like Gavin and Belfour paying no attention to Russell. Yeah, you're just up here for a cup of coffee anyway. You know?
Russell's in there to do his duty just in case anything happens with his goalie. 8:23 to go. Hawks 5, North Stars 3, Durance file being assigned, and we'll be right back. Brown and McRae off for roughing at 11:37. And now Gavin, and there's Manson with his helmet held on by the chin strap.
Now again, Manson and Gavin just collapsing to the net. As Manson seemed to take a little poke at Gavin as he skates by. And I was talking about Manson before. He treads that real fine line about playing with enough control to be effective, but he needs that emotion to play. Watch him as he skates, but watch him take with the left hand here. Boink. It's like you know, they are an agitating bunch of hockey players, the Chicago Blackhawks.
Our Stars have cut the margin to 2 now after trailing 5-1 when the period began. Thomas, checked by Gavin. Well, you know, and I like the playoffs too, and a lot of people who I don't think understand hockey that well complain and whine about why does the NHL play 80 games to start all over again and eliminate 5 teams, but you know, maybe there is going to be some revamping of that playoff structure, but it is nice to get to the playoffs instead of getting down to, say, 4 teams as baseball does, because it is a different season. It is a different game that gets played in March.
Also, too,
April.
from the real argument about so many teams making the playoffs is from an economic standpoint.
Oh, you got to do it for the money, no question
the money,
about that.
I think ideally 12 teams would probably make it a little more competitive, and yet you know, from an economic standpoint, it will never happen. The league does not have the funding from the big TV bucks that the other sports have. So that's a time for most franchises to make a little money, and that's what you have to deal with when you talk about the National Hockey League and their playoff structure.
Here's the key.
Bureau smacked by Gillis. Puck pops free in the North Star zone. And they'll freeze it up there.
Again, we'll watch Paul Gillis. He may be, in the history of the game, the most agitating after the whistle when the referees are around player in the history of the game. I mean, you know, the whistle's blowing, the officials are coming in. Now he'll duck out. He may be one of the worst agitating fighters that ever played in the league also. He played and learned his trade in Quebec, playing for Michel Bergeron and playing alongside Dale Hunter.
How could that have given him that sort of training?
The thing is, Dale Hunter could fight. This guy cannot fight. He's the most agitating, annoying non-fighter that ever played in the league. And he started all by sticking his glove in Bureau's face.
With Hayward gone at 17:37, Stars trailing by 2. It's an empty net, 6-on-5 at 6 advantage. 6-on-5. Smith, Broughton, Madonna, Gagne, Bellows with a drive. He scores off the goal post. It's a low percentage play, but when it works, it's great. And Bellows with the empty net, the goalie pulled, clangs one in off the goal post, and it's 5-4.
The thing that this game does also, the North Star standpoint, is shows the Hawks that we're going to be a little tougher battle, I think, than maybe you thought we were going to be. A
tremendous crunch by Manson onto Bellows. Hayward is off again. Only 2 seconds left in the game, though, and that's the end of it.